Welcome to Behind the Action, where we take you behind the action of independent and mainstream action entertainment. Today, we're going to take you behind the action of the Urban Action Showcase and Expo 2019 with my special guests, UASE team members, Beautiful Diz and LaChocolateBox. I'm your host, Demetrius Angelo, and I'll see you behind the action. Welcome to Behind the Action. I'm Demetrius Angelo, and joining me today is my lovely guest, Miss Beautiful Diz, which is an extraordinary cosplay artist, social media, what do you call them? What do you call this? Influencer. Yeah, I'm influenced. Social media influencer as well. Incredibly talented individual.
Thank you.
And then we have, I'm going to claim her as my own. She's been with us from the beginning. She's our red carpet host. She's everything I need her to be, but she's also a talented actress, seamstress. I don't know anything she doesn't do. Miss LaChocolateBox.
Hello, guys.
Spoken word. Entertainment, she does it all. Today we're going to talk about Urban Action Showcase 2019. We're just going to give you a little recap. We pretty much made some history. We started out Friday, November the 8th, at our HBO Cinemax red carpet reception at AMC Theaters in Times Square.
Yes.
And Rochelle's going to give us a little bit of the rundown on the red carpet. We had filmmakers, over 80 filmmakers, 13 different countries from around the world, and LaChocolateBox gets to pretty much interact with everybody. She mainly handles the big wigs, all the celebrities, but if there's something to be seen on the red carpet, she'll see it much better than I would.
Oh my goodness, this year was insane. It was insane. And I have to admit, there were several moments where I got teary-eyed. That's kind of what I'm known for, people. I really don't know why, I'm just saying. But it was so crazy. And you know, much like many of the guests say throughout the years, is that it's kind of like a big family reunion. There's lots of hugs, kisses, everyone knows each other. This year, I had the opportunity to interview back-to-back Ron Van Cleef and as well Michael Jai White, both before and after the mantle of the dragon was passed, which I know you're going to speak about, you know, coming up in a few moments. But it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful, and I can't let this go further without mentioning Oso Tiari Cassell, Bobby Samuels. That's my dude, Bobby. I know you're out there watching, but he got a little emotional as well on the red carpet, and that was beautiful to see a man, you know, just kind of lay it all out on the carpet because of something that he saw. You know, these were mentors to him as well. So it was insane. It was insane. And I did also interview many of the filmmakers as well. Sorry.
Well, it was a historical night.
It was crazy.
But, a few of your celebrity guests. We had Celia Au,
yes,
which was Ying Ying from Wu Assassins.
Yep, true.
Our Cinemax series, Warrior, which was something that Bruce Lee wrote over 50 years ago, yep, that we, Justin Lin, along with one of the producers of Banshee,
okay,
got together and created the TV series. But we had Father June,
true,
there with us, Perry Young. We had the Warriors in the house because it was the 40th anniversary of the Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
So we had David Harris, which is Co-Chief.
He is such a character.
We had
he is such a character.
We had Dorsey Wright, which was Cleon.
Right, right.
We had one of the Riffs, Guy Stevens.
Okay,
and
true
we
indeed.
had one of the Lizzies.
Yes, she was amazing.
Yes.
She was yes. I did have the opportunity to interview her as well, so Absolutely. You're right about that.
So it was definitely a lot of people in the house that night, but it was an amazing and it was a historical event.
It was
And
historical.
we might as well just go right into it. The mantle of the Black Dragon. Why is that important? Well, number one, there's only a few dragons when it comes to the martial arts and martial arts entertainment. Obviously, we start with Bruce Lee.
Yes.
Right? Which
Bruce
is
Lee.
the little
Yep.
dragon. But Bruce Lee was the dragon because he was born in the year of the dragon. So obviously that stuck, but that's who he was.
Exactly.
But Bruce Lee, according to Grandmaster Ron Van Cleef, labeled Ron Van Cleef the Black Dragon.
The Black Dragon.
And then a few years later, he went on to do a few films with the title The Black Dragon. Way of the Black Dragon.
Right.
And I believe Return of the Black Dragon as well. Then we had Jim the Dragon Kelly. After Enter the Dragon, he did Black Belt Jones,
Okay.
Black Samurai, Hot Potato, a few different movies he did. Now, obviously Bruce Lee passed, and of course Jim Kelly passed. So, realizing that all of our dragon figures, even Cynthia Rothrock, Lady Dragon,
Right.
Don the Dragon Wilson,
Yes.
he got his title as a world champion kickboxer, and went on to do several videos, films in the 90s when they had the big video boom back in the day. Remember Blockbuster and all of that?
Right, right.
So he's Don the Dragon Wilson. And then obviously 1985, Barry Gordy, Motown Meets Martial Arts, The Last
Dragon. Right.
Now, but the thing is, we haven't had a dragon to represent the martial arts since basically the 80s, right?
True indeed.
So what I did was I called up Grandmaster Ron Van Cleef, and I spoke to him, and I said, hey, what do you think about passing on the mantle so that we'll have a representation as a dragon in martial arts films today? And he was like, oh, man, that's an amazing idea. Love it. Let's do it. So I called up some of the Grandmasters, and when I tell you, I had about 20 of them there. 20. Wow. I had every living dragon.
Every one of them.
Every living dragon.
Every one of them.
20 Grandmasters.
Indeed.
And we had some of we call them the Council of the Masters. So this was both legit in entertainment as well as in the martial arts. And everybody was unanimous in the fact that Michael Jai White should receive the mantle of the Black Dragon. So, you know, obviously many months of planning. So let's start with the way it opened.
Oh my goodness. It was an incredible ceremony. I gotta say that watching that ceremony, which Demetrius is gonna explain in a second, I was sitting there like I was filled with joy, and I was teary-eyed because I saw women doing their thing. It was amazing. I filmed the entire thing for my cell phone because
she's talking about Kobo
crazy.
International.
Oh my God, they were amazing. They were amazing.
Drum Group, Kobo International Taiko Drum Group, all female Taiko drummers.
Yes.
And
Did you see that?
They were tight.
No, I think I saw them. Did they have a exhibit?
We have it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can watch it. Everybody, you guys can watch the entire presentation on YouTube. We'll put the link up for you guys to see it. But all female, and the thing is, they mixed traditional with modern.
Right.
And they mixed in martial arts.
Yes, they did.
It was an incredible performance.
It was incredible.
Everybody was on their feet after that. They were on their feet. Because they didn't expect it.
No.
And,
it was amazing.
So that's how we opened up the ceremony. Then I had also Tyree Cassell, which is also means Grandmaster. He opened it up representing, obviously he was a sponsor this year. He runs Elite Security Systems. He actually got behind to help me this year make this happen, along with HBO, Cinemax, and Warner Brothers. So he got up there and represented the Council of Masters and opened it up with the dialogue, followed by Lady Sensei.
Oh.
And that's the first time we had a female representation in the master realm, I should say, because it's very important. That martial arts is about being a better reflection of yourself.
Of yourself,
whether
exactly.
Whether you be male, female, it doesn't matter. So she spoke eloquently, of course.
Beautifully.
Obviously, Cynthia Rothrock, Lady Dragon.
Yes. So down to earth.
Absolutely. Tamak, the last dragon, spoke. Don, the Dragon Wilson, spoke.
Also,
and quite hilarious.
He is something else. His story is something else.
He's a funny dude. And then, last but not least, Ron Van Cleef spoke and passed on the mantle. And before that happened, all these Grand Masters came up and signed 2 certificates. One, they were both 19 by 27, but one was landscape and one was portrait. But they signed, on the line as this, hey, we support you, we support this. And what made this so unique is that we as a people have never passed on our heritage or our mantle before, because all these people are still living.
Right. You're right.
All these people are still living.
You're right.
And the ones are not, they obviously didn't have the opportunity. And this is the first time a people said, this is our selection. Because once again, it's always been someone else labeling us.
Exactly. Yeah. I was going to mention that's what made this so beautiful, is that we, this urban community of action film stars living, we're the ones who decided. And we didn't wait for someone to pass away 20, 30 years after they're gone to make that decision.
Exactly.
The way they want it. It was done the way it was supposed to be done.
One person I can't forget, Fred the Hammer Williamson.
Absolutely.
A pioneer in the action genre, a pioneer in filmmaking, hundreds of films, all genres, from sci-fi to Western to action.
Right.
He's done it all. He was the only the only person in those days, we're talking about in the 60s, early 70s, to have in their contract, number 1, can't die.
Can't die.
Number 2, always wins his fights.
And
number 3, gets the girl if he wants him. If he wants her.
If he does.
So, he stood up in support of Mike and represented Hollywood for us, the old regime. And that's important, to have a foundation, and it's legit. So,
it's true.
Obviously Michael was just overwhelmed with joy and adulation for this honor. And you have to see it. I'm telling you, take some time, watch it on YouTube from beginning to end, and you're going to be watching history in the making. It was just an amazing, amazing event.
It was. It really was.
So what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys a little taste, a quick 50-second trailer of the Mantle of the Black Dragon, and we'll be back with Behind the Action right after this. Welcome back to Behind the Action. I hope you enjoyed that little snippet of the Black Dragon mantle ceremony. And like I said, check it out on YouTube. Now, to put some icing on the cake, after all of that, of course, we had the International Action Film Festival Awards.
Right.
Right? Gave out over 100 trophies.
Okay.
Several different categories, over 30 different categories. We have categories specific to women called Angels of Action. We have categories that are specific to low budget films. Why? Because the action genre is the most expensive genre to make.
Right.
So we give everybody an opportunity. So we have a category called Blood, Sweat, and Bones for all categories. So for instance, for 2 Minute Warning, for features, for shorts, for web series, for new media.
Okay.
So we basically cover everybody and give everybody an opportunity not only to be screened, but to be honored for their hard work. Now, to put icing on the cake, it was the 10th anniversary of my main man, Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite.
Starring Michael Jai White.
Absolutely.
Obviously, like I said, he was there for the Mantle of the Black Dragon ceremony. And it was a themed throwback 70s party.
Oh, goodness.
In honor of the 10th anniversary of Black Dynamite.
Oh, goodness.
So, as you can see here on the screen, Michael Jai White came as Black Dynamite.
He showed up and showed out.
Hello.
Hello. Okay.
And his wife obviously joined her.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it was a stone cold blast, as my boy Don Cornelius would say.
Absolutely.
Everybody came dressed in their 70s attire.
Absolute 70s best.
I'm telling you, it was like reminiscent of my youth.
Okay.
I'll put that, don't
See,
start.
now you're telling your age. Okay.
Of my youth.
Okay.
Don't get my robot going. But anyway, it was great. It was an amazing event, and I'm hoping to keep that going.
Okay.
Because I feel like, you know, we need outlets.
Right.
For our generation ain't dead. Everything ain't about the millennials.
No.
Everything can't be about the millennials.
No.
Grown folk need stuff to do too.
Yes, we do.
And ain't nothing like remembering the 70s where they actually played instruments.
True. Real instruments.
And sang for real.
Real bands.
Yes.
Everybody sang their own.
Real talent.
Yes.
And you know, for the dance and some platforms, they ain't easy.
Well, no.
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 So
per my mom. But
look forward to us doing that continuously in the future.
Good.
You know, put that little tack.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Put that tack in
I'm
there.
gonna have to remind you
of that. Put the tack in that.
Okay.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Saturday, November 9th. 14-hour action cinema megathon.
Right.
Started off at 10 a.m. Obviously, the official selection screenings.
Right.
But we had a plethora.
Yeah.
Of anniversary films.
Yes, indeed. There was something for everybody.
Something for every generation.
Everybody.
Listen, my son was there. My nephew was there. When I tell you there was something for everybody, and mainly because of this young lady right here. So let's start first with, it was the 45th anniversary of Black Belt Jones.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, starring Jim Kelly. But it was the 40th anniversary of Warriors.
Oh.
The Warriors,
Classic.
Brooklyn, Coney Island, in the house. And this young lady right here showed up, showed off, and showed out so that everybody could be a part of that celebration. This young lady, Miss Beautiful Diz, I'm telling you, if you ask her, she can do it. We had this virtual reality booth that did videos, photos,
Okay.
GIFs. Those are the three options, right? Video, photo, and GIF. I don't know how she did it, but you were immersed in the Warriors. Somehow, you were a part of the Warriors, and I'm gonna let her explain. I ain't gonna have her give away no secrets, but she can talk a little bit about the technical aspect, because I didn't understand nothing the man was asking me. And Crystal and Beautiful Div was like, oh, that's all. Oh, no, I understand. No, I got it. Go ahead.
Well, Demetrius hits me up asking me to see if he gave me an example. I forgot what the example was you gave me.
It was Rihanna in that car for that movie or something.
Yes.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. And he asked me to put together this booth, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll do a little research on it and try to figure it out, because I use After Effects and a couple other programs and things like that. And ended up just kind of doing research on each thing and using my imagination and making it. To me, it was pretty simple. I mean, I use After Effects all the time.
Ooh, it's like, what's the gymnast's name that's the most
Simone
decorated?
Biles?
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
do a triple.
I know.
To me, it's very simple.
Exactly.
Of course it is, Simone.
That's a huge compliment.
You're the most decorated gymnast in the world.
In your career path, in your industry, that's insane. Okay.
Yes, it's quite simple.
Well, it was a lot of fun doing the projects. I had a great time doing them. I loved researching it and putting it together.
We had the Furies in the house.
Oh, they were off the hook.
They came in live. And
Listen.
to see them in that cosplay, well, obviously there was cosplay, but to see them in that experience was like, wow, this is really cool. But what was great about it, whether you were in cosplay or you were just there, you were still part of the experience.
Exactly.
And that's what was cool about it. The next one she did was for the I'm not gonna do the Matrix yet. The Last Dragon 35th anniversary celebration. Obviously, Tiamat, the Last Dragon, was there, and she created this amazing experience where you got Sho'nuff over here, and you got Bruce Leroy over here. Up here, you had Eddie Arcadia with well, she wasn't Vanity at that time. She was Laura Charles.
Right, right.
And I think Lil Richie was in it too. Did you have Lil Richie in it?
Did I?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was.
It was the coolest thing. And what she did was, it was branded. That was what's important to me as a platform.
Okay.
It was branded in such a subtle way.
I put logos on everything.
It was just part of the the overall decor. It was part of the landscape,
Right.
if you will, and it was incredible. Now, we had these cosplayers that dressed up, was a female cosplayer that dressed up as Sho'nuff.
Oh, I saw her.
And then we had Brawley Sho'nuff. Like, anybody ever watched Dragon Ball Z, they know Brawley is like, we had a Sho'nuff that was like jacked.
Was he the guy that was 6 something or whatever? He was like 6'6" or whatever?
Yes.
He was huge.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
He was big.
But to see her in the VR experience was really, really cool. Very, very cool. Because, these cosplayers are so creative, as you know, as designers, as you know. That was incredible. Now, the Matrix 20th anniversary. Let's talk about that. Because I'm about to show y'all something. Let's talk about the Matrix.
Well, film-wise, actually, the Matrix was probably the easiest one for me to do. I had to do the iconic scene,
Lord
of course.
have mercy. She talking about, do y'all remember in the Matrix where the bullets was coming at them and they was doing all this?
Yeah.
She's saying that was the easiest one to do.
Oh God.
Because it was the most, like as far as decisions, which part of the film I wanted to kind of go with, you have to do that for The Matrix.
Okay.
You have to.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was pretty much an easy decision. I wasn't torn between doing A, B, C, and D.
Okay, she's talking about the decision was easy.
The decision was easy.
Not the execution. So, you had the reign, obviously, the reign of the
Digital rain.
digital reign. But then you had these bullets coming at you that you can dodge. Now, what was so cool about this was this. One of our special guests this year was none other than Thunder
I saw
from
it.
Black Lightning,
I saw it.
AKA Blackbird Thunder, Nafisa Williams. Nafisa got in the Matrix with this little girl
Yup.
that was dressed like Thunder.
Yeah.
And they were doing the Matrix together. That
was
was
so
the most
cute.
adorable little thing
It was
in the
so
world.
adorable.
And it was a testament to why I do what I do. Our purpose is to bring awareness and access to heroes of color, preserving cultural sustainability through action cinema. So this little girl, you better at age than I. How old do you think that little girl was?
I want
7.
to say 6 or 7. Yeah.
6 or 7,
Yeah.
dressed to the T like Thunder.
She
This
was.
this wasn't Dwayne Reed Walmart Thunder.
No.
Because you know they ain't making us one anyway. Hello.
No.
Somebody got made a pattern, paused that bad boy, looked at many pictures like you did when you debuted the Dora Milaje for Black Panther. And she was perfect. Had the hair, everything. I know exactly which episode she was from. Perfect. So having her with her actual idol, enjoying a film that changed the face of cinema, that green screen technology
Right.
is what changed cinema, period. So you got them doing that, and that's not it. Then you have Ying Ying, AKA Wu Assassins, the Warrior Monk, Celia Au, with the same girl doing the Matrix. But that shows
So
you how
cute.
everyone loves the Matrix. Everyone, it's just incredible. So that was another incredible experience. Then, let's talk about Black Dynamite.
I had the most fun with that one.
Talk about the Black Dynamite experience.
Well, Black Dynamite, at first I didn't know which direction I kind of wanted to go with that. Then I decided to kind of do a mix of just everything. And explosions and helicopters, and I wanted the car in there, and I wanted to have, of course, him, Michael Jopp in there, and I just kind of threw it all together and sorted it out. Kind of worked out.
Incredible. You guys could see these as we're talking about them, but we're gonna put a link so you guys could see all the different ones, but they're amazing. Then the next one we did was Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, 20th anniversary, and we had a lightsaber, which I got from this young lady over here.
Okay.
Because I saw her lightsaber, so then she told me where to get one. So, and that was a cool lightsaber too.
Yeah, I love that lightsaber.
It was a good one, huh?
It become different, like you can, different colors, different
All
sounds.
different colors,
it was,
different
it was really
sounds.
cool. But we also had the Jedi hood. So the guests
Oh, no.
can put on the Jedi robe
Right.
and the lightsaber and go to town. Go to town.
Now
It was
that's
great.
an iconic scene from that film.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, obviously that's our first Jedi of color, Mace Windu,
Right.
Mr. Samuel Jackson, finally got on the Jedi Council, because I thought we was extinct after Lando Calrissian. I was like, oh, man, we ain't seen nobody since Lando.
Wow.
So I'm like,
You know.
that's good. I was like, oh, we in a Jedi Council now.
Yes.
I was like, oh, that's good.
Okay. That's good.
So that was great. And then Ninja Assassin, she had stars.
Ninja size.
She had stars coming out at you, which was incredible. I don't think I left anything out.
The Warriors.
Cinemax. They're gonna get me. Cinemax. We have a series, like I said, called Warrior. So they had a nice VR experience for people who wanted to be a part of that as well. So it was just incredible, and thanks to her, it was even more incredible because everybody had the opportunity to be a part of those anniversaries and immersed in those films. So
Well,
that was great.
that kind of, goes to the testament of your tagline, come be a part of the action. You know, every year, Urban Action Showcase, this is part of our marketing and our tagline, come be a part of the action. And that was more true this year than any other year because of Beautiful Diz. So
That's true.
that was amazing.
That is
seriously.
That's true. All right. So before I get into the Action Expo, I want to talk about the cerebral aspect, which are the panels, the seminars. I'm going to jump in real quick about the seminars. Now, we have industry professionals who work in the industry every day come out and give individuals who are looking to be a part of the action genre a introduction to various things. First thing was Call to Action.
Right.
Willie DeVam Johnson.
Right.
World champion martial artist, as well as he was in WMAC Masters. Comes out and he does what we call martial arts entertainment review. So he allows individuals who are martial artists to be seen by different directors, action stars, and get a critique and help them develop their skill set.
Okay.
So that's a very important aspect of what we do called Call to Action. Then, following that, we had something called Firearms for Film. Everybody loves to shoot the guns and this, that, and that, but there is a technique.
Right.
It ain't just, no, there's a proper way to grip.
Right.
There's a proper way to aim. There's a proper way to move when you have the weapon. There's a proper way to holster the weapon. So Naquan Murphy teaches that. Then we had something called Action Icon Experience. This happens nowhere else, where the action stars actually do a master class. Started off with Don the Dragon Wilson. He taught screen fighting.
Okay.
Then Michael Jai White taught
Classic.
screen fighting.
That's classic.
Then Cynthia Rothrock taught. So it's like I said, we had all the dragons in the house, and they didn't just sit there and look cute.
No.
They actually interacted and gave back to the community, sharing their experience. Now let's go right into the panels. Started off with Sheroes in Action.
Okay.
An amazing panel, all-female panel with Nafisa Williams, Black Lightning, Celia Au from Wu Assassins.
Right.
We had Evelyn O. Vaquero from John Wick 3. Who else did I have? I had Anita Clay from Dolomite Is My Name.
Okay.
And I think that was it. I would have to double check if I miss anybody. I'm getting old. But it was an incredible dialogue.
Right.
Lady Sensei was our moderator.
Right.
The link for that will be up for you guys to check it out. But I'm telling you, you're going to learn a lot from these panels. Next, we had the Warriors panel, where if you went to see it, the Warriors 40th anniversary screening, the Furies were chasing people around the theater during the chase scene in the
I
film.
love them.
So we're talking about making things
They're too
interactive.
much.
That was interactive.
They literally came to the event with switch on.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were on before they even got in the building.
they don't play.
And they did not turn it off until the last person left. Probably on the streets, who knows? I don't know. But they were, I loved it. And I love that movie, I gotta say. I own it. I found it on DVD in like a Walmart bin for like $5 a few years ago, and I was like, I had to get it because you just don't not own the Warriors. It's so amazing. Love it.
Oh,
Next.
Cynthia Rothrock was in the She Was an Action panel.
Yes, that is true.
So that's what it was.
Yep.
Anita was in Behind the Action panel. So following that was the Behind the Action panel. We had Stephen Coppola from John Wick 2 and 3. We had, I call her Harlan, but that's not her real name, Denise Devia Johnson. She's my student, so I call her Harlan. She's from Gotham.
Gotham, okay.
Anita, like I said, from My Name, Dolomite's My Name. And I know I had somebody else, but I have to spin it in my head. But once again, incredible dialogue. You guys can watch it on YouTube. Fast forward now to the one that LaChocolateBox moderated, Urban Fist of Legends panel.
Legends panel.
And the reason why it's called Urban Fist of Legends panel is because all of the legends are on the panel.
All of them.
When I say all of them,
all of them.
They were there.
Yes.
So, obviously, Timok the Last Dragon, Michael Jai White, Nafisa Williams,
Right.
Fred the Hammer Williamson.
Right.
Who else do we have?
Don the Dragon.
Don the Dragon Williams. Wilson. Cynthia Rothrock. And I think that was it, right?
That was it.
Okay. Let's talk about that.
Ooh, it was a very, very engaging and interesting panel. I had a lot of fun. There were a lot of surprises, and I cannot thank you enough for that experience. I really can't. I mean, to moderate a panel, you think, oh, I'm just going to sit up there and look cute and, you know, just let people talk. No, you really kind of have to, you know, work the questions into every single person, and with such limited time. But I think that everyone got their point across for the most part. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. So Demetrius is going to put up the link. Check it out. See how your girl did. But you know what? Again, it was engaging. It was good. It was cool. Informational as well.
Oh,
so.
it's always informational. When you have those many legends in a room, you're going to learn something.
You learned
one way
a lot.
Or the other.
Definitely.
Now, the next incredible panel we had was martial arts and cinema. Now, that followed the hit documentary now on Netflix, as well as Amazon Prime and Amazon. I don't think it's on Prime, but it's definitely on Amazon. Iron Fists and Kung Fu Kicks.
Okay.
Bobby Samuels, Warrington Hudlin,
Oof.
Michael Jai White,
Wow.
Cynthia Rothrock, Don the Dragon Wilson, David Worth, which was the director of Kickboxer.
Ooh. Okay.
Who else?
The original?
The original.
The original Kickboxer. Okay.
Yep. Rick Myers, which is you can say he's a martial arts film historian. When I tell you that was a bastion of information and star power. It was moderated by Grady Hendrix, which was the writer of that documentary, Iron Fist and Kung Fu Kicks. Check it out on Netflix if you haven't already, or go ahead and purchase it on Amazon. But it's very informative, and it will not disappoint you. That's for sure. The Last Dragon 35th anniversary panel.
Wow.
35 years of what I call a pivotal film, because it bridged the gap between modern day action hero and blaxploitation. if you know your history, the last labeled blaxploitation film was One Down, Two to Go, 1984. Fred Williamson, Jim Brown, Jim Kelly, Richard Roundtree, which was the sequel of Three the Hard Way.
Okay.
1985. Barry Gordy, Motown meets martial arts, The Last Dragon. Taimak became the first hero that was not African-American hero that was not part of that blaxploitation genre. So for many people, and I can tell you from experience, for many people, he was the first superhero that they ever saw, the first hero their parents ever took them to see. That film, The Last Dragon, is part of the fabric of the African-American and actually many communities, but specifically those of color, because it was the first time they had a hero that was outside of that box that we grew up in.
True.
So, for sure, I heard it firsthand from Luke Cage himself, Mike Coulter. I had brought Taimak to meet him. He said that was the first film his mother took him to see as a kid. And that is the consensus of a lot of people. A lot of people that have their start today. Even Michael Jai White will say that this film inspired me to do what I've done. So,
not to interrupt you, but it didn't just inspire, future action stars. It actually made an entire generation of young people who were not previously action stars or martial arts enthusiasts. They went to see it as well. So it broke barriers in the entertainment field.
And to your point, wanted to study martial arts. Now, I'm older. I don't mind saying it. I'm 50 years old. I'm happy. I was jumping on the bed watching Bruce Lee. That's how I got into martial arts. I jumped on the bed. I was, back in the day, we used to jump on the bed. That was the thing we did as kids.
Right.
So I'm jumping on my father's bed. I see Bruce Lee on TV doing everything he do. And I say, tell my dad, I want to do that. I had no idea what that was, but I knew I wanted to do that. So it inspired me to become the martial artist that I am today and to want to do what they did. It's just film will influence visuals, any type of visuals, be it photographs or whatever, they influence. And this, I don't know what you want to call it. It was just like seeing a superhero, basically. Right. Because if you think about it, those kung fu films were the first superheroes that we had, in a sense. They were flying through the air, kicking.
That's
people
true.
Were flying when they kicked.
That's
you know what I'm saying? If you think about it, all the attributes these superheroes have, that's old school kung fu movies. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that, was important, that panel to celebrate the 35th anniversary. We had the writer, Louis Vinostra, there. Yes. We obviously had Taimak there. The guy who jumped up in the movie theater and broke the radio, Roy C. Jones.
I remember. Okay, I remember that.
He was
scene.
there. Leah Chang was there, and it was great. It was a great panel, and that was our nighttime entertainment, that film. And then we had the show nuffs running through with his gang, bothering the people during the movie. That was cool. It was cool. They had fortune cookies that had sayings of the movie when they opened it. So it was a cool experience. So I feel like, between the panels and the seminars, people really got the educational aspects that we offer at the platform. Our platform is about information, education, facilitation, and exposure. Now let's talk a little bit more about the exposure. We talked about the screenings, right?
Right.
We talked about, obviously, the official selection screenings. We talked about the anniversary screenings. Now let's talk about the expo. Within the expo, we have animators like this quiet one over here. Don't want to tell you. She does animation,
Okay.
comic books. In fact, she's going to tell you about her new comic books that's about to come out.
Awesome.
Comic book creators, comic book artists, graphic novelists, graphic artists. Everything to do with the genre, whether it be 2D or 3D of action, pop culture, they were there. We had video games that people wanted to play that represented the different films.
Okay.
So they had the opportunity to do that. But we had what we call cosplay guests. And Miss Beautiful Diz was one of our cosplay guests. She was, you tell her who you were at that time, because they be switching it up. They be switching
Listen,
it up.
you're not a true cosplayer if you don't switch it up at least once in any given event. I mean, you know, there you go.
She's gonna tell you who she was.
Oh, this year I went for Domino. I had my big fro.
And everyone loves that domino. Loves the domino. People were crowded around her table. She had this giant pull-up banner, and they were like,
Is that you?
"Oh yeah, that's her." Yeah, so that was cool. Talk a little bit about the cosplay, because they came out. They
did.
in full
It was a
effect.
lot of interesting cosplays. People did awesome jobs. You mentioned one of my favorite, the female Sure Enough. I loved her cosplay. Awesome work. Well, yeah, I mean, Urban Action is a great event. This is my second year going. Second year going.
Oh, I feel like you've been here all my
I know. I
life.
feel like I've been part of the family for so long too.
I guess it is the second year.
Yeah, my second year.
Gosh, second year. Okay, so last year you did an amazing female Blade.
Yes, I did Blade. Yes, last year.
That's right.
But you know, I remember that one. I have pictures of you on my phone, girl.
Oh, yeah.
True. Seriously, it was amazing. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
But
Awesome.
the thing is, she was working that sword.
All courtesy to you, by the way.
Did you make that sword?
No, the sword I had. No, I didn't make that one.
Okay.
No. All courtesy to you, of course, because Demetrius is
wow.
teaching.
Well,
Been teaching me.
She's one of my students.
Been one of his students for the last 2 years.
I wish I could learn what she had to teach, because I can't, all that editing, and I'm like, huh? I'm like, what, how do you, huh? I'm like, okay, you go ahead, do you. Obviously, I'm not a good student, but I
you
know
awesome
how to,
teacher.
listen, I know how to leave it to Beaver.
Sometimes
G.
you just
Wally,
gotta, you
listen,
gotta
I
do
know how to
that.
leave it to Beaver.
You do.
I'm like, oh, well, go ahead, girl, you do that. Thank you.
You do.
I know how to say thank you. But yeah, so we had some of the warrior. Obviously, there were other warrior cosplayers. I could have sworn I saw Street Fighter cosplay.
I didn't catch that one.
The dude with the karate uniform, and I seen that. Like it's a warrior. I saw a Blade. I saw
Yes,
a Blade
yes.
cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
a couple of Blade
Yep.
A couple of
cosplays.
Blade cosplayers.
What else did we have?
What are you talking about? How could you possibly forget Thunder and
Oh
Black
my gosh.
Lightning?
Oh my goodness! They came
I'm
in
waiting for you to say it.
full effect.
They were like,
They came in.
okay, yes,
When
they
I
did.
tell you,
Yep.
I'm gonna show it to y'all. They came in full effect, and the lightning came out his hands. Someone said, "Boom!" I
Yes,
was like,
it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ran
Okay.
right over to him and started asking him, as a cosplayer,
Okay.
how'd you make this? How'd you make
Okay.
this? I was
No.
taking my
Raymond
notes.
They
Ramos
were-
is his name.
They were amazing.
Raymond Ramos is his name. I'm gonna put their information on the screen when you guys look at the photo. But I'm telling you, incredible
He
artists.
did a great job.
And they made it from scratch. He made it and he performed it. Oh, we had Nick Fury. Fred Hope
missed
was
that
Nick
one.
Fury. Yeah. He was
Okay.
Nick Fury. He was there. But yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that because it was incredible. We did mention the little girl that was.
You mentioned Little Girl.
Yeah.
But and that was cute,
But yeah.
But those
Yeah.
two were
And the good and the great. Oh no, we had the original Black Lightning too. Yeah, Cosplay Bill was the original Black Lightning.
Okay.
He had on the with the white mask with the afro with the that was the original Black
okay.
Lightning from the comics.
Okay. Didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
And I got pictures of all of them together, and I got them pictures with obviously Thunder at her booth.
Yes.
Yes.
It was epic. I can't front. It was off the chains.
It was off the chains.
It was.
Now, see, you'd be remiss if you did not mention that bananas interview that I had with Nafisa.
That's true.
We got to
That's
touch
true.
on that.
We-
Nafisa is so down to earth. She was prepared for questions I didn't even get a chance to ask. Girlfriend was on point.
Oh, she don't play.
She was eloquent. She was professional. She was a sister that she was kind of like, you know, around the way girl, but at the same time about her business. I loved her. She's beautiful in person, by the way. I'm talking gorgeous, but she was amazing.
She's a
amazing.
fashionista. She has her own fashion line. Check her out on Instagram. She ain't playing like this one right here. She ain't playing. Not playing. But, of course, we're going to put the link up for you guys to watch the full interview. And you're
so
definitely
cute.
going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot from that. So we're going to give you guys an opportunity to see a short little recap of UASE 2019, and then we're going to come back and give you a few secrets about next year. Yeah, I can't tell nobody. All right? So we'll be right back with more Behind the Action.
I'm liking it. We had a great time yesterday. Me and Cynthia, one of the dragons, helping to salute Michael Jai on his success.
Yeah.
And here we are today with all the fans. It's just a wonderful event, the Urban Action Showcase.
Yeah, and I just did a panel, and I'm going to teach a seminar on fight choreography coming up, and there's a lot of excitement going on here today.
Yeah. I mean, if I was a fan of martial arts, if I was a fan of action film and all that type of fun stuff, I'd be at this place. If you're not, you're losing.
Yeah, so you better come next year because it's a place to be today.
Much love.
Welcome back to Behind the Action, and I hope you enjoyed that little, review of UASE 2019, and it inspired you to want to be a part of 2020. Now, before I spill the tea, a little bit of tea, I ain't spilling too much tea for 2020, I want to talk to beautiful Diz and let her tell you about some of the things coming up and how to follow her on social media and so forth.
All right, well, basically right now I'm working on a comic book. I'm hoping to get accomplished in 2020. It's written by me, and the characters are all illustrated by me. It's been something I've been trying to do for the last maybe 10 years, and I've been putting on the side, and finally this year I want to get it done and out there. Hopefully you guys will check it out. You can follow me on Instagram. My name is Beautiful Diz, D-I-Z.
Miss LaChocolateBox.
Ew.
She's that, I don't know how many plays she did this year, how many fashion covers she has this year, but give us a little bit.
Okay, just a little bit. I'm a stylist, fashion designer, spoken word artist, host, actress, a few other things, and writer. I'm currently co-writing a couple of film shorts that are all fashion based. I'll be hosting an event in Vegas in September.
Oh, you see they wait till the show to be springing it on people like that.
And I've been working on a lot of fashion projects, like more designing and, with different photo shoots and stuff like that to kind of get my work out there. If you want to follow me, you can. It's interesting once in a while. It's LaChocolateBox. That's LaChocolateBox. That's, Facebook, Instagram, and that's it. Hit me up. Let me know if you like some of the stuff that I got going on. But yeah, next year is going to be interesting. A lot of projects going on right now.
Well, there's only one thing I want you to check out. Now, in honor of the Matrix 20th anniversary, my student Vanessa Bontea and I, with of course beautiful Diz's help, did a fan film
Ooh.
of
That's
the
right.
Animatrix.
Yep.
Nobody's never done that before. We're the only Animatrix fan film. It's called Rise of the Osiris, which is basically a homage to one of the specific Animatrix films where you had this African-American male flirtatiously sparring with this Asian female. And then they go on this mission and so forth. So check it out. The link is on YouTube. So I'm gonna throw some stuff out. Now, these are my ambitions. I'm not saying it's set in stone,
Okay.
but it's the 45th anniversary of Friday Foster and Sheba Baby. Can we say Pam Grier?
Ooh.
Don't get too excited. I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there. 20th anniversary of Romeo Must Die.
Okay.
Unleashed. Can I say Jet Li?
Ooh.
What?
Bad Boys 25th. Y'all make sure y'all go see Bad Boys next year in theater. Bad Boys 3, but the 25th anniversary of the original Bad Boys.
Okay.
Electra, 15th anniversary. Expendables, 10th anniversary. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, 20th anniversary. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
That's all
That's
I'm
big
gonna say.
time.
So I want to thank my lovely guest, beautiful Diz, LaChocolateBox.
Thank you for having me.
And we have taken you behind the action of UASE 2019. So until next time, stay cool, be cool, don't be a fool. We'll see you again on Behind the Action.